Today we're diving into one of the most unbelievable connections in the entire natural world. We're heading to the Kenyan savanna for a story that connects one of the planet's smallest creatures to its most legendary predator. And believe me, it is a chain reaction that absolutely nobody saw coming.
So, let's just get right to it. How on earth can a tiny ant possibly change what a full-grown lion eats for dinner? I know, it sounds kind of crazy, right? How could a creature that small mess with the entire hunting strategy of a lion? Well, that is the big question we're digging into. And the answer? It reveals something incredible about how life on this planet really works.
All right, so let's meet our players. In one corner, you've got the big-headed ant. It's an invasive species, tiny but super aggressive. And in the other corner, the African lion, literally the king of the savanna, a symbol of pure power. The difference in scale is almost funny, but as you're about to see, when it comes to an ecosystem, size doesn't mean a thing.
Okay, let's set the stage with part 1, the tiny invasion. You have to understand, before this new ant showed up, this corner of the savanna was held together by a really delicate, ancient partnership.
And the key to this whole thing was a classic case of symbiosis. You know, a you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of deal. This was a perfect partnership between the local acacia ants and the whistling-thorn trees. They completely depended on each other to survive.
So here's how it worked. The trees had these cool, hollow thorns that made perfect little houses for the ants, and they also provided nectar for food. And in return for room and board, the ants became a tiny, ferocious army. Seriously, they would swarm anything, even a massive elephant, that tried to take a bite of their tree. It was the perfect arrangement.
And then, everything changed. The big-headed ants invaded. And these guys, they didn't come to cooperate, they came to conquer. They just wiped out the native ant colonies, completely taking over and shattering that ancient partnership for good.
And just like that, the balance is broken. That right there was the first domino to fall, and it's about to set off a chain reaction that will go all the way to the very top of the food chain. So here's exactly how it all went down. Step 1. The invasion wipes out the good guy ants. Step 2. Without their little bodyguards, the trees are totally defenseless. So step 3, the elephants, who are no longer worried about getting a painful bite, they just move right in and start munching away, destroying the trees. And the result? The whole landscape changes from a savanna with lots of trees to just wide-open grassland.
And you can see the impact right here in this chart. The amount of cover that lions rely on to ambush their prey, look at that. It just plummeted after the ants invaded. All of a sudden, for the top predator out here, the entire game has changed.
This brings us to the lion's dilemma. Because when the scenery changes this dramatically, you're forced to change what's on the menu. And for the lions, this is a huge crisis.
See, you gotta remember, lions aren't built for long-distance running. They are masters of the ambush. They use trees and bushes as cover to get unbelievably close before they launch their attack. And their favorite meal, zebra, is super fast. So with no trees to hide behind, hunting zebras becomes, well, pretty much impossible. So now they have this awful choice. Do they keep trying to hunt zebras using an ambush strategy that doesn't work anymore? Or do they switch to a totally different target, the water buffalo, which is way bigger, way more aggressive, and hunting a buffalo isn't about being sneaky, it's a full-on, head-to-head fight that could easily get a lion killed. It's a huge gamble.
And so this brings us to the domino effect. Because this story, it's not really just about ants and lions in Kenya. It's a perfect example of a really important idea in science.
And that idea is called an ecological cascade. That's the official scientific term for the domino effect we just saw. It's when you change one tiny thing in an ecosystem, like removing one species of ant, and it causes the entire system to change, with the consequences cascading all the way up the food web, straight to the lion. So what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, for one, it's that ecosystems are way more interconnected and, frankly, more fragile than we think. It also shows that you can never, ever underestimate the little guys. One tiny ant species was acting as a keystone, basically holding that whole archway together. And it's a powerful, powerful reminder of how a single invasive species can unravel a delicate balance that took thousands and thousands of years to build.
And that all leads me to one last question for you. I mean, sure, this happened on a savanna thousands of miles away. But these kinds of chain reactions, these cascades, they're happening all over the place, all the time. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What tiny, seemingly insignificant dominoes might be falling in the world right outside your own window.